So I went to an all-girls grammar school, and then I chose to do an accounting degree at Hull University. I got my job in the December of my last year at university as an auditor back then. I decided that I wanted to wear a suit to work, and for some reason the only thing that I could think about was being an accountant, and for me at that stage it was being an auditor. But having spent 3 years in audit, I realised that perhaps audit wasn't for me, and I moved into a tax group, and that tax group is now known as Global Employer Services. As I've progressed, I've gone from just going and winning work with clients and delivering that work to looking after a whole team of people and helping them to do that. And so one of the things that actually I find most enjoyable about my job is seeing how we take a graduate on board and then seeing them progress to wherever it is that they go. And in fact, I remember one of the graduates I hired in London made partner a couple of years ago. Part of that is going and sitting and talking to clients. What is the problem that they're facing, and helping them to solve those problems. And we do a lot of that sat around the board table. When we come back to the office, that's when the teams start getting involved with things. And so I do quite a lot of work with the more junior people in the team, and they will do lots of analysis for me for whatever the issue is that we're facing. So how do we pay somebody? How much should that be? Should it be this much in cash, this much in shares? How can we structure those shares? And our graduates will get really involved in the detailing that and creating spreadsheets that we'll use for the consulting part of the role. I recruited a graduate probably 4 years ago. And in fact, I can still remember her graduate interview, really great interview. And she has developed a real flair in being more creative in the type of work that we do. So it's not just about number crunching, it's using that other side of her brain. And the senior manager that she's working with is about to move departments. And when I sat down and talked to her about that, her first instinct was, oh no, what am I going to do? And actually, by the time we left that conversation, she's realised this is a real opportunity for her. So she will come through to manager this year, and she is fabulous. And she's now seeing that there is something more that she can do, more ownership, more responsibility, and somebody else moving on to do something different is opening up doors for her. When I started my career, I was adamant I didn't want children, absolutely adamant, much to the distress of the whole of my family. When I met my husband, my mind started to change a little bit on that. And on reflection, whilst I'm quite proud that I made partner, the best thing that I have done in my career actually is having Sienna. Because she has made me really much more balanced. And it puts life into perspective, having a family. There is no getting away from the fact that it's hard. Being a working mum is hard, but it's hard because of the pressures that I put on myself. I love my job. I love my team. I feel responsible for my team. I feel responsible to my clients. And then at home, I have this little being that is part of me that I have to bring up, look after, and raise. And it's a challenge, but I love it, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Go to the Bright Network website and open an application under the Deloitte Fast Track opportunities, and happy hunting.